Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sonic and the Glitchless Gauntlet apostrophe. This is a 2-day event focused on the Sonic the Hedgehog series and the glitchless or no major glitches speedrun categories. So law-abiding, inbounds, all sorts of glitchless goodness. Gonna be all this weekend. Also, does that look funny to you up there, or is it just me? I don't know. I think that logo ain't right. That ain't the logo I made. Anyways, I just want to give some quick announcements while we're at it. Just a reminder to everyone that GDQ is going to be at PAX East 2022, April 21st to the 24th. If you are interested in submitting a run, use !PAX, it's P-A-X, in Twitch chat to fill out the form. So that's going to be if you're in the Northeast, or if going to Boston for that. Today is the last day to get that submission in, so if you're going to be in Boston in late April and you would like to showcase your speedrun at PAX East, feel free to submit. If you're watching on YouTube, maybe you're watching the old runs from Sonic and the Side Quests and Sonic and the Shiny Things from the last couple of years. Go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick if you're interested in looking at our live content like this event right now, starting weekends at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, your gift subs, Prime Gaming subs, and bits, all that wonderful stuff, and even just being here helps support weekly hotfix content. So please consider supporting our daily content if you enjoy these hotfix shows. And we also have, a call to action, if you will. If you have any ideas for your own show or one-off events, kind of like how Sonic and the Glitchless Gauntlet exists every year, feel free to go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to submit your ideas. So, that being said, coming up right now is Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, the GBA 2006 port of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. And for the person asking in chat, that is actually me editing the source file. I was the creator of the logo, so that is my edit. I made sure to roast Hypnotics as fiery as the word gauntlet is in that logo. But that being said, why don't we cut to the run and say hello to the wonderful AlecK47. How are you?
Hi, I am doing just fine right here. My game is what it is. So you can see there's a health and safety warning. I think that might be more for some games than for others. Licensed by Nintendo. Developed by Sega team, or Sonic team. Notice the rather abrupt cutoff there.
I love Sega.
Oh, the glorious GBA sound font.
What a good sound font.
Yeah, this is a port of the original Sonic the Hedgehog. It has anniversary mode, which you just saw me select there. That adds a spin dash. There are a lot of questionable things that are going to happen. Not necessarily all of them in the glitchless format, just because this is, well, not a good port. It was very rushed, and it is never going to be anything but fun because it's bad, really. So, without pontificating too much, I'm going to go ahead and get us started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing you're going to notice, besides all the shenanigans and the lag, is that somewhere up here, I'm probably going to, a couple times there, you notice that I hit things and I did not stop. That is something that is basically unavoidable in this version of the game. Is it a glitch? Well, it's probably not the way they intended for the physics engine to work, but at the same time, it would be almost impossible to avoid doing that at some point in the game. Avoiding that would render doing a glitchless run functionally impossible. And because it's the game functioning as it was released, and maybe not the way they wanted to have it function as intended, it is still functioning the way it was programmed and released, and they had to know that was a thing when they put it out. So it's okay. In practice, I did just clip through the world in this section. I'm not going to jump there because that was the jump right before that little tunnel that made me clip through the world. But yeah, this is all sorts of silly, and it's fun, and I love this version of the game in spite of it. Just because
I do believe Hypnotics was asking, how do you play this glitchless? Because as someone who has played this game casually, it is how do you avoid it?
So mostly you play the way you know, and then you kind of just hope. I'm being completely honest there. Like, there might be a couple incidental clips here. I might trigger a spring through a floor. That's all that is particularly likely to happen. But none of it is really going to be outright beneficial. So those are the things that sometimes we just get hand-waved.
Yeah, this is a hope and prayer, the video game, and hope we don't have a beneficial glitch. That sounds like classic Sonic in a nutshell. Yeah,
and it's worth mentioning that the lag is consistently inconsistent. It's really good about not dropping jumps, but it's not so good about handling your D-pad inputs exactly when you want them to happen. So that is a thing that will be dangerous in a couple places in particular. One of them is going to be coming up in Act 3 here. There's one particular section where, yeah, you just kind of hope that your D-pad inputs work out, and then you kind of have to react.
Oh my goodness.
Only one of those bats spawned. That's a thing that happens. So, like, is that a glitch? Yeah, probably, but lag despawning is something that is also so pervasive in this version that it's... Oh!
Okay, need that ring.
Yep. So just doing a spin dash and damage boost to get through all of that.
Don't mind my inherent squeaks. They just, they come out when I'm, like, fearing the runner's gonna get crushed.
Yeah, it's actually more likely that I would soft lock there, amusingly. So that would be you end up inside a block and can't do anything. Fortunately, you were standing on lava inside that block, so you would die and get sent back to the beginning of the stage, or if you hit the signpost a little back to there, which I usually don't because it takes time to do that. Now there's a really precise jump at the start here. I did get it.
Nice.
I thought I didn't, but I did. So that downslope makes that section of the stage really nice. I wanted to jump a little bit earlier than that. And then there's a nice little thing there. You jump on the left side of that block you can push, and then you slow down a little bit after you get to the middle of the room, and it goes through there really smoothly. So that's nice. I didn't quite get a jump off of that platform. Otherwise, that would have been really good through there. Now, all the leg right there. All the leg. All right. I didn't quite jump high enough. It's really tricky to modulate your jumps properly, but I was trying to go through up into that section where I had to go up without having to really worry about anything. Okay, so I had a lot more speed than I thought there. Went right into the lava.
Oh my goodness.
That happens. Just something you have to deal with. This is Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis. It is a thing.
Oh my god. Just like the way that walls don't stop your momentum is absolutely one of the silliest things I have seen happen to this game. And I've seen the easy mode on the Sonic Jam Saturn version as well, so that's already silly. This is also silly.
It is very much. Like, that's one of the reasons I can't help but love it so much. It's just so funny.
Like, this thing's existence, like, it is like, people say, like, oh, Sonic 06 was the worst thing that happened in 2006. It's like, have you seen this game's existence? This game wasn't even released internationally.
Yep, only in North America, and on the same day as Sonic 2006, because both of them were rushed and released on the same day because it was like an anniversary of the initial release of Sonic 1, right?
Oh god, yeah. It was like the 15th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. So it killed 2 games with one publisher decision. Because I don't think this game ever would have sounded great on the Game Boy Advance sound bank, but it could have played much better than this. The Game Boy Advance is capable of more than this.
Oh yeah, and like coming up next, we actually have a run that shows what Sonic games on the GBA could have been like, because they were.
Yeah, so what happened there is I had my directional input eaten by a leg spike. And that is one of the things that you kind of have to be aware of. See, that's what I wanted to happen, and then I immediately did not jump. And then I got a glitch, kind of, by jumping the exact frame that I landed in the lava. I'm already so far behind in this stage that it's fine. But this is one of the really annoying parts about this section. The way I play it, most of the time goes really smoothly, kind of like that. I jumped a little higher on the second one just to make sure I had more of a chance to modulate my speed. But other than that, like, that's about how it goes. And since I have a ring here, I can try to juggle this boss.
I absolutely love the fact that you can do this. This is so silly. Shoutouts to the physics in this game.
Yep. It's like, oh, we need to shunt Sonic up. He's bouncing. He doesn't bounce right. Like, you can't do any of the big bounces that you can do in the original Genesis version of the game because the physics engine in this is so wonky. But yeah, you can do that. It just works.
Yep.
Okay, I already know I'm not getting the super fast cycle here. Let's see if I get the other part for it. I'm just going to hold down and hope, and I flew over it. So depending on very precise subpixel things, you can get bounced to this section earlier. And if I hadn't hit that enemy and bounced into the air, I could have made an entire cycle sooner than this. But that's not a consistent thing. A lot of things in this game are at least slightly inconsistent. A lot of things are like 98, 99% to work the way you want them to, but a lot of others are more in like the 85 to 90 percentile range. That one that I just mentioned, on the other hand, is actually much lower than that. I dropped down there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, modulating your speed while dealing with inconsistent lag is one of the things that actually makes this run arguably a crapshoot, but also there's some finesse to it, so yeah.
Someone in chat has brought up the fact that there were perfectly good GBA versions of the music of like Starlight, Scrap Rain, and Green Hill across the Advanced trilogy, and it's just like, why does this sound like this? Like, why?
Well, it's kind of like, why do so many Genesis games have bad sounds that are more like farts than they are music or sounds? And I guess it's the same thing. You can use the sound bank for either the Genesis or the Game Boy Advance well, or you can use it poorly. And I don't think they had much of a chance to do more than just kind of MIDI everything and slop it in there. And this is the result you see.
Yeah. Like, you had mentioned that this was a rushed game, and it very clearly shows that it was, but, like, it would make sense. It's like, all right, just throw the middies in there and hope for the best. Like, basically is what happened there. I think that's similar to what happened with Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, because the Diamond Dust Zone remix, air quotes, is a thing because the sound font is terrible, but the actual compositions, when someone has taken the files and like actually did proper instrumentation, the compositions are sound. It's just the instrumentation was what happened.
Yeah. So up here, this platform, you have to be in a very precise position. I think I got it to get up there. Now I'm going to jump out here and hope I don't fall all the way down. I did not. Good. Now this is one of the tighter spin dash jumps in the run, but I got it. I'm going to slow down a little bit there to hit that signpost because this is a marathon run, and you know what? We're a little bit ahead of schedule, so I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for the full YOLO here.
Oh,
it might not work.
Snap.
So I have the speed shoes, which means that I can just kind of keep my speed shoes momentum coming out of this little section right here. So now I'm going to... All right, so I got stopped. That's unfortunate, but whatever. It makes this completely safe. But I was going to just go through there and try to get the entire way across without having to slow down at all. And it's a bit tricky, it's a bit random. Some things in this version that I believe are on global cycles for start of the level in the original Genesis version do not seem to be in this version, including the little spike balls that were at the very start of the stage where I hit the ring box and then slowed down a little bit to not go into them. But most things function mostly the same. Now Labyrinth, oh boy. So another thing that is kind of questionable, whether it's a glitch or not, but like they had to know it was going to be exploitable, especially with the spin dash. The way they handle the water slowing you down is they literally just modify the speed value that you currently have. So I am going to spin dash underwater, get spin dash speed, and then outside of the water, I just go incredibly fast. You might say, yeah, that could kind of qualify as a glitch, but it's much the same as the rubbing up against walls and not getting stopped kind of thing, where it's like impossible to avoid at a certain point. So what are you going to do? Like, it's there. We're going to take advantage of it. The alternative to doing that would be a little bit slower. You'd have to drop down, and unlike the Genesis version, you'd have to hit both switches in the little area underneath to get the platform that you ride across the top to spawn. But yeah, it's a... it's one of those questionable things. What is not questionable is in Lab 2, there is a glitch that you can do by clipping into that spring there. And you just mosey on up into the ceiling and go over the entire stage. But that is a bit too much. So I'm not doing it because you are going into solid collision. It is clearly a glitch. So instead, welcome to Lag City. All the lag. So much lag that reliably the... I want to go a little bit left of there. There we go. Made it all the way up top. Reliably, the jingle that you all remember from your childhood nightmares will end before the countdown actually gets all the way down. It won't be synced up because music in this game does not know lag, as you may have noticed, like the rest of the game does. And what that means, especially given the setup that I have here now, is that you are going to see quite a bit of desync because, okay, so there's the sound beginning. There's the 5 appearing. I am going to have to stop and get a bubble here. Usually you can do that without, and you get to watch the numbers popping up in silence and be both more and less anxious than you normally would be for completely different reasons. But here we are, out of the water, finally. and a spin dash jump, and we're at the end of the stage.
I like genuinely appreciate the fact that you had to hold up to get the water off the screen so it would lag less.
Yep, it does lag less when there's no water there, but that particular area with the two little platform things that go around is so incredibly laggy. Like, the most consistent thing is that the more sprites on screen, the more the game struggles. Now, you might wonder, what about the Lab 3 skip, if you're familiar with this game? Well, I just despawned Collision there, and you can get a jump off of that slope out of a spin dash. So, going over the stage is allowed in the vanilla version of Sonic 1 for glitchless. So I'm allowing it here too. I'm at the end of the stage now. No glitches there, just potential for soft blocks if I hadn't made those jumps.
I do appreciate the fact that there's a lot of soft lock potential, but there's a save feature, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't, but you can't. The thing is, you can't go back to the same stage. I would have had to start at the beginning of
the whole
Labyrinth
zone.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab my Marathon Safety Shield there. And this is a run killer in every version of the game, except the ones that skip this part. But then the thing that you do to skip it is a big run killer instead. So Lab 3 is hard in every single version of the run. This timing will work. I'll have to jump there, and okay. So these things are all based on camera, and because you can't modulate your jumps reliably with this much inconsistent lag, you won't always get the same cycles lining up. And as a result, you kind of have to adjust to the way things are going. I played that extra safe. There's an extra damage booster too I could have gone for in there, but I just went for the one at the end because I don't want to have to play this stage over again with 0 rings.
There's also you're talking about how that's like the hardest part of the game, or like the big run killer. The only version of the game that it's not a run killer in is the Saturn Sonic Jam Easy Mode version, because there's like 1 spear or 2 spears maybe, and like 1 or 2 like fireball shooters, and that's it. Because you only play Lab 3 for Labyrinth Zone. It's hilarious.
A nice chill stage here. Come on. So I was trying to land in that little spot up there, which you can do. Doesn't always work. Yeah, Act 1, Act 2, not really too much to say here. It's just kind of fun, chill, a lot like it is in the glitchless version of the original. Here I'm going to be going a specific way, spin dashing under that guy, which you can do when the orbs are in the right place. And here you can go either the top or the bottom route. I go the top route because it is brain dead easy and it takes about the same amount of real time. A little bit more if you play the lower than the lower route if you play it right, a little bit less if you mess the lower route up, which is kind of easy to do. But you may have noticed that I have been completely avoiding the seesaws so far. There's one mandatory seesaw coming up in Act 3. I'm going to attempt to get it to work right by doing a dive bomb jump from the very beginning of the stage with a spin dash. These seesaws technically function. They don't function right. I jumped early, but I can save it. Okay. That might work. No, I got dropped off. Okay. So at this point, it's actually faster for me to take an intentional death here. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I want to do is jump about there. Don't mind kind of being stuck in the middle there. That's similar to what happens in the Genesis version when you're in the middle. It's just you're a little bit lower down. It's fine. This is fine. This is all fine. Taking a little bit of a damage boost there so that I can get a spin dash through this section. Makes it go a little bit quicker, of course. Oh, slowed down way too much there. That is, again, a thing that can happen with lag and just the inconsistency of this game and the way it treats a lot of directional inputs. I shouldn't need that, especially since I have a ring, but we'll get it anyway. And because of the screen crunch, just like in Spring Yard, the boss is much lower down in this version of the game. So that makes this boss fight significantly easier, though you're also dealing with lag and those explodey things and the only semi-functional seesaws, which can sometimes introduce shenanigans. But there, that was a fairly textbook fight, a little bit slow, but not too bad.
Good stuff so far. So how is Crap Brain in this game? Remind me.
Not bad. None of it's bad. Spin Dash absolutely destroys Scrap Brain, and one of the funny things is that the gears in Act 2, also Death Pit, too slow for Sonic. You can jump off of that safely with a Spin Dash, because you're just going fast enough, you're not on it long enough. Am I going to make the cycle? Yep, okay, now be very careful here. Cool, I made it through. Usually I have a ring there, but I didn't that time, so I had to be extra careful. But yeah, so you can see I'm going rather fast here. I went over one of the more annoying sections in the level. And then here, I am faster than the flame, which you can also do in the original version without doing glitches, but is really precise. You actually need a little bit of a setup for it. And it's even possible to get under 30 seconds in game time here. I've done it a couple times. But yeah, these gears, or spin wheels, whatever you want to call them, at the start here, they're actually really easy to get on. The jump offs are predictable and nice, and I actually prefer them to the original versions. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here because I did not get a ring, so I won't spin dash through this area. I will just jump over those things. And now here, because spin dash speed takes me faster than those crushers, there's no waiting around. And here, I can just kind of spin across this whole thing with the disappearing platforms. And then damage boosts my way through there. Really nice and easy. One last thing, you might remember these little things that come down at the end of the stage. I'm too fast for them too, so just... that's the end of the stage.
I just appreciate the weird quirks, graphical or otherwise. And also, like, the rolling in this game, like the roll jumping, reminds me a lot of Sonic 2 Game Gear, actually.
Yep. The Game Gear and SMS games with Spin Dash definitely have a lot of roll jumping tech. Even the one without Spin Dash. But yeah, the beginning of the act here is much the same. This is often referred to as Labyrinth 4 for obvious reasons. Nothing too complicated here. Spin dash jump should make you land on that platform, and then you can jump up here and take a little damage boost, and we're through. Now, the final stage here, as far as I know, there's no feasible way to manipulate the patterns like there is in the Genesis version. However, what there is a chance that you can get a double hit. And I did not time it right. So if he's in the bottom, it's really hard to get a double hit. There's even one pattern where it's hard to get a single. I'm using an audio cube here because you can't pass. That's the one where it's hard to get a single, and I jumped early. But you can't even pan the camera up to see the pistons up top. So I'm using an audio cue here. I'm just seeing where he is. A little early again. So you have to do a very precise spin dash to get a hit. A double on the bottom. But here, there's a double. So yeah, this is all read and react stuff here.
Yeah, this boss has always made me nervous as a kid. Excuse me?
So that is one of the things that there are only a few instances in this version of the game where the crush deaths are even worse. So I had a little bit of momentum there still. I hadn't managed to kill all of it, and that clipped me into the piston, killing me.
Shout outs to this video game. Just as I was about to say, this boss always made me nervous because I like Sonic 2 and, you know, the various classic Sonic games actually gave me a big fear of drowning and getting crushed in video games. And that anxiety still exists as an adult. So right as I mention it, you got a clip crush, and that's so unfortunate.
It happened again.
I'm talking.
So, that's one of the more unfortunate things. Like, it doesn't happen often, actually, which is why it's a little weird. I use the pistons usually to kind of cancel my momentum so that I can do a spin dash to get the extra hit, to get the hit on that cycle. But if you don't kill your momentum, that happens. There's another double.
This is no major glitches, or no major beneficial glitches.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I've never seen those deaths in my life.
But yeah, one of the things here is that if you're actually standing on partially the piston and partially the platform when a piston starts going up from the floor, that is an instant crush death too. The game does not handle that well. So this boss is a thing.
Oh! I'm just like scared of these crushers now.
Now imagine trying to do it without... Oh, I didn't even get that. Imagine trying to do it without any audio cues, which I did for one marathon because of the audio setup I had to have.
Oh no.
There
okay! And time's gonna be on fade, right?
Yep, time is on fade out. One of the funny things you can do here is you can stop Eggman in his tracks there. And time.
GG.
And I do
Oh
want to
my
mention,
goodness.
before any, just pay attention to the sound at the end of this little victory jingle here. I always point it out because it's so perfect for this game. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely incredible. That was also a sub 30 though. That's 29:49 for what I'm seeing on my timer here. If y'all enjoyed this run, follow the runner. And this is your time to plug yourself, Alec. Where can the wonderful people find you?
So I'm at twitch.tv/AlecK47. Other than marathons, I haven't been doing much streaming for quite a while. I'm hoping to get back to it. There's been some stuff that I've been doing, working on my house, and some other real life stuff that I've been taking care of. But yeah, you can see me there. I also do some stuff collaboratively with other people. But without spreading the love too far, I'm going to say also follow Amber, Hypnotics, and all the people running for this event A lot of cool people in the Sonic community. I'm still a part of it after so many years of being a part of the community in general for a good reason. So stay cool and enjoy the rest of the event. I will be right back doing commentary for the next one.
Yeah, coming up next, we have more Game Boy Advance. We have Sonic Advance 3 by Kirby Master. So we're going to take a quick break, get up and stretch, get some water, maybe get a snack, and we'll be right back with more Sonic and the Glitchless Gauntlet. Apostrophe.